I connect people to people. I also help with customer service, customer support, relationship management, qualifying leads, all that good jazz. Pretty much I help to do stuff that you don't like to do when it comes to picking up the phone and following up with people and just building and nurturing that relationship for you. What I need is for Adam to check his messages because he still hasn't. Gonna put that little plug there. I know that I'm going to be reaching back out. Tracy, Chris, you said it's not the end of the week yet, but Chris Crayer, you said that if I hadn't heard from you to kind of give you a little ping as well when you're, up to it. I know you've had some challenges at home with some illnesses and stuff, but when you're available, just to touch base. And again, I mean, I think this is like a month now that I've been coming to this, and every time that I do, I've been able to make, great connections with people, and I look forward to continuing to do so. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I need is just have whoever I have already had conversations with or, reached out to, and kind of close the loop and take the next step there. Other than that, I mean, as far as other stuff, I really right now don't have anything that I need.
Okay. So before we go in with anybody else, Jocelyn, I have known her for several years now, and she is super, super connected, super just so willing to help in so many different areas. And I see Felicia like thumbs up, shaking her head, and Tracy shaking her head. Those of you that have talked to her already know this. Those of you that haven't, reach out to her, connect with her. She is very, very well connected, and she loves helping connect people and see how can we make a better place for everybody. Really, that's what it really boils down to. So if you have not connected with her, definitely do. If you are not connected with me, go on Facebook. I'm easy to find. Go connect with me. And if you want me to do an introduction with her, I will be happy to do so. That way I can make sure you two get connected. I do a lot of those during these calls. So let's do that. And also for those of you that are not connected with me, definitely connect with me anyway. But reach out to Jocelyn. Have a call with her, because you'll find that she's a wealth of information and is always willing to help. All righty. So does anybody have any questions, any thoughts, any ideas, anything for Jocelyn? Now's your time. Nope. Okay. Other than that, you guys need to know, you need to get connected with her. Okay. All righty. Next up would be Patty. Give me one sec here. We'll reset, and we are good. So who are you? What do you do? Who do you help? And how can we help you?
Patty Lawrence, and I'm a consulting CFO with my own company called Turbo Exec. So we do outsourced accounting and CFO services for $2 to $12 million businesses who need a little bit of help in that area. So they're struggling with it. They hate it. They can't figure out their numbers. Whoever's giving them stuff is, giving them big surprises, big bad surprises that cost them money. So we try to tamp that down and give people some transparency into their numbers. That's what I do. So, and I've met some really cool people and had some really great follow-ups with people here and reaching out for more. I've been up to my ears in I call it PPP land. So if you've heard anything in the news about the Paycheck Protection Program loans that are out there, I've been working with clients and anybody else who needs help to either get stuff rounded up for the application process. And now people are funded, so getting them through the, oh my God, what now? So helping them to navigate that. So that's been kind of the last 4 weeks. I think I missed last week and sent my regrets to Eli. I said, look, I'm overwhelmed, exhausted. I can't even spell PPP anymore. So I'm sorry. So it's been a little crazy, but so what I've been doing lately, probably about the last 5 weeks since all of this hit, was getting myself out there more in videos. So you may see me if you're connected with me. If you aren't, then connect with me on Facebook and LinkedIn, putting out little 2-ish minute videos every weekday, just on various topics, things that pop into my head that people are asking me about, they might need help with, they don't know what they don't know, they don't even know that they need help with it, but bringing it to people's attention. So I'm trying to get those messages out there, and I call it messages of calming from a financial perspective. CFO means Chief Financial Officer, so it's really coming from that perspective to try to calm people down and bring them off the edge. So I think, Eli, on your thing to get the link, it said something about what can we help you with, and I think I said some smart ass answer about, I just need to be, unplugged from PPP land for a little bit. So here I am. I have my glass of juice, and enjoying people's company and plugging in wherever I can. Looking for podcast guesting opportunities to continue to get the word out to different audiences who may need help or guidance or whatever. Most of it's free. First call is always free. Jump on a call and give people a little bit of a push or a path in the right direction.
Awesome. Very cool. So, couple things. If you haven't seen Patty's videos, she is doing an awesome job with the videos lately. Those things rock. I love them. Yeah. And you've got several people. Have you connected with Jeffrey yet? Have you guys connected yet?
I don't.
No.
No, but Chris and I are going to connect, and
okay.
I finally was going through all my notes, and I've been reaching out. So I reached out to Felicia and to Natalie, who I had from the other time. Now I have Jocelyn, because I think I jumped off the call too soon and didn't get to meet you. So I got you and Tracy. I don't know why we didn't connect, but Christine McKay and I caught up, and we're trying to figure out stuff.
Awesome. Very
cool. I just sent you a private message, Patty, that we need to schedule a time to talk. So that's so funny that you said that. You're welcome.
Awesome. Okay, we had two things here. Let's see. Was it Tracy, I think, had a question about, are they still accepting applications?
Yes, they are, as a matter of fact. So there is, for what we know, there is still money left in the second funding round. So first of all, find a small bank, small community bank, okay? Don't go to Wells Fargo, don't go to Chase, don't go to those big banks, because you're gonna get lost in the shuffle, I guarantee you. Even PNC, which is my bank, they effed me over, and I said, F you, I'm jumping out of line and I'm gonna go call a banker. They got me in 12 hours. I had waited 3 weeks with my bank, PNC. In 12 hours, this bank that I don't even have an account with reached out to the SBA, grabbed me funding. I'm closing tomorrow. I'm like, really, guys, you're killing me. So it's out there, guys. You just, go for it.
Yeah, because my banks were telling me, even I bank with a small credit union, and everybody was like, no applications, no new applications. And a lot of banks were telling me, if you don't have an account here, we're not working with you.
Yeah, there are online banks. If you and I, we can jump and take, I know my timer's up, sorry.
We'll talk later. You have my information. We'll make a call.
So
definitely connected.
It's for everybody. So yeah, there's online banks will do it too. Even if you don't have a banking relationship, that's who funded me.
Well, an online bank to recommend as well, if that's needed for anybody.
Well, and that was our experience. I went to our bank, which is a very small community bank locally, and I emailed them and they were like, yeah. And then everything they sent me talked about employees. And I'm like, I wrote back and said, I don't have any employees. Is there another version? And bam, I stopped hearing from them. I followed up twice going, hey, did you just forget about me? And nothing.
Okay, well,
they went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until I said I have no employees.
Cindy, you are your employee.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I know, but
it counts. My accountant said it counts.
Whoever's still interested in looking and is having a problem, please reach out to me, and we'll get you guys figured something out. I just got something from somebody said, of all people, of all companies, PayPal funded her. I'm like, for a
Nice.
PPP.
Yeah, they've got
That's cool.
some stuff.
PayPal. I don't know what the third one is, but anyway.
Very cool. Awesome. Okay, real quick before we are definitely over, but I did see Mariah had her hand raised at one point. Mariah, did you have a quick question? She's going back and forth between video. There we go.
There she is.
It looks like she's in the car.
I am. I need a big dog.
You're cutting
You're
out
breaking
really bad.
up.
So can you message me so we can have a
Yeah, you're cutting out really, really bad.
podcast and always of like, do you need a person?
All right, we're gonna have to come back to you because you're cutting out really, really bad.
Totally cutting out.
We couldn't understand anything.
Better.
That's better there. Let's give it one more try.
Patty, connect with me because I'm part of a Facebook group for podcasting.
Oh, good.
Always looking for guests.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Ooh,
And
Awesome.
I would be interested in that. All the ones I'm part of are always looking to be guests.
No, this one's like, I'm looking for guests. And then I would love to connect with you professionally as well, not just networking.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Very cool.
Got me.
Cool. All right. So if anybody else wants to connect with Patty, you can either do so here, or if you want to message me directly, I will connect you with her, and then you guys can have a conversation after that. Love to hear how that goes.
Thanks
Next
so
up,
much.
no problem. Thanks for coming back.
Eli, you have to take a new picture for YouTube because my face, I was making a funny face. It's like really bad.
Okay. We'll take a different picture. The YouTube is just whatever happened to be up there at that moment, but okay. Let's see who was next in here. I think Wright was the next one in here. So hello, sir. How you doing, my friend? Got to unmute yourself.
I'll mute myself. I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome.
It's doing fine here in the suburbs of Chicago. Anyway, my name's Wright Chase. I call myself the breakthrough strategist. I help people overcome their limitations in life due to fear or failure, frustration, and turn it into the confidence, courage, and success so they can become unstoppable. I'm also the author of the book, Become Your True Self, 5 Proven Techniques to Overcome Your Fear, and I'm still working on the new one, Outsmart Procrastination, 6 Steps to Create a Mind in Which It Cannot Thrive. So
Awesome. And I got your link, so I'll be checking that out.
okay, well, that's good. Sorry it took so long.
It's okay.
Anyway, and I do appreciate it too.
What do you need help with?
Just working on a mini course right now, which is going to go into the main course. So hopefully maybe by next week, I'll have some good information on that. I don't really think of anything right now. I know I've booked a call with Chris on Friday. Yes. So
Awesome.
there you go. So other than that.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for
trying
Wright?
to stay safe here, with my mask.
Yes. Does anybody have any questions for Wright? I'm going to go ahead and just put this out there up front that when Wright does get his book ready to go, first off, Wright, I'm sure that there'd be a couple of other people here that'd be happy to take a gander at it and maybe give you testimonials that could go in the book as well. And of course, once it goes live, we'll help share it out and help promote it and all that kind of fun stuff.
Once we get around to it, right?
Yeah, when we get around to it.
And if you need somebody to actually look through his finalized for editing purposes, I would be willing to do that for you.
Okay.
Awesome. And Felicia's here. She mentioned that she helps coordinate Amazon bestseller book launches. So if you would like some feedback, thoughts on that, she would be happy to have a conversation with you. And I've known Felicia for many, many, many years now. So definitely you guys should connect. She's good people. Awesome.
Well,
Anything from anybody else? All right. Mariah says she's got a half an hour call, so she's going to be back as well. Okay. So people popping in and out. All right. Next, let's see who did come in next. I think it actually might have been Felicia, actually. If you would like to unmute yourself, let's go ahead and tell everybody who you are, what you do, and how can we help you.
Okay, hi, everybody. My name is Felicia Slattery. I am a professional speaker. I am a #1 best-selling author. I have written 6 books right now. Couple most notable ones, and the dog gets excited when I start talking. Everybody's excited when I talk, especially the dog. 21 Ways to Make Money Speaking is one of my books. People know me. They come to me for help with speaking. But I was talking this week to some folks, and I was like, it's really kind of a triangle of stuff that I help people do. And I start with them wherever on the triangle. We can start with a speech to market your business, with a book to market your business, or with the brand, the image, the who you are and what you're about to market your business. That I kind of look at that as like your social media, that kind of thing. What you're doing, being a podcast guest expert, et cetera, and so forth. So, and I start anywhere on the triangle people need help with, but people generally come in at the tip from public speaking land. But I've had a handful of conversations with people in the last couple of weeks. As you can imagine, people aren't like, hey, I want to do speaking right now, because, it's not really a lot happening. But it's a great time to write a book, publish a book, launch a book, and hit the book to become a bestseller. I've never launched a book that has not hit the Amazon bestseller list, including a $48 college textbook that I had zero control over. We launched that in January. That was pretty fun. But it worked great because there's a strategy, it's a step-by-step system, and it just works. So that is me. If you need a podcast guest, I like to talk a lot.
Really?
So
I don't know.
And I can follow along pretty well. So I have had a radio show for the last couple of years called the How Did You Get Started show. I interview people and ask them how they got started doing work they love to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I am on a hiatus right now. We are hiatus, however you want to say it. We will be picking that back up relatively soon for a new season and turning it into direct to podcast. So it was a live radio show, and I've just decided it's just as easy to record the show on my own and not have to hope somebody can make it live on Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern time. So anyway, because apparently there's tools that allow you to meet people at all times of day. Who knew? Yes. So anyway, that's me. What I need help with? This is probably just a Cindy question, but since you're here, Cindy, and anybody else who may know, Eli, you'll probably know, I got messages this week from WordPress, and it has words in it that are scary to me. The subject line says your site is experiencing a technical issue. And then I see a word that says fatal error.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
And that's scary.
I got that too.
Yeah.
It's your SEO plugin. They changed something in it and it blinked it and did weird things. And I got like 3 of them. Don't worry about it.
So don't touch anything?
Yeah.
It says it has something to do with
actually
filter.
send me a reminder tomorrow, because I will forget tonight, that I
Okay.
actually just talked to somebody who is, his specialty is having a service to help maintain WordPress stuff. That is it.
Oh, cool.
That's all he's doing is just WordPress maintenance stuff.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
I'm actually somebody, I've known him for several years, and it's a fairly new business that he started. He's been doing it for a while, and he definitely has the experience. He has several years of experience, but he's narrowed it down. He's not doing website design anymore. He is actually doing just maintenance related stuff for things like that.
Awesome. Awesome.
So connect with me tomorrow, just so I don't, because I'll forget tonight, and I'll get you connected with him.
Sounds good. And also just want to share, I had some great meetings with folks in this group. Jocelyn and I talked, Chris and I talked, Natalie and I, who's not here tonight, she and I chatted, had a nice conversation yesterday, I think it was. So great folks here in the group, loving it. So kudos.
Awesome. We love it. Thank you.
Meet cool people.
Yes. And thank you for coming and joining us. And when you do get ready to have your show back on, I would love to be a guest, because I never have actually made that one.
Well, then we need to make that happen.
We should definitely make that happen.
All right.
Awesome. Cool. Does anybody have any questions or anything for Felicia?
I'd love to be on it too.
How long is your
All right.
waiting list?
I got
So-
it's long.
So your
That's
so
what
your
she
next
said,
season
but
is
how
already
long
pretty
is
much.
it?
Why did I
Drinking
not?
time.
That doesn't surprise me from Tracy. Love you, dear.
So it's probably like 6 months.
Is that man months or sorry?
Exactly. There's a difference.
Okay.
We just took a turn, Eli.
Couldn't
So,
help it.
okay. So
Okay, my time
definitely,
is up. I'm shutting.
it wasn't you I was worried about.
I know I'm trying to change the subject.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have to point any fingers. You do a good job of it yourself, Tracy. All right. Thank you so much. If anybody hasn't connected with Felicia, definitely do. She's a rock star. She and we've known each other for many, many years. Like way many years.
Like since 2007 years.
Yeah.
We met, do you know where we met? On a Yahoo group for the lady who's got the cookbook marketing book, CJ Hayden's
Is that how we got connected
Yes,
originally?
in her Yahoo group. I was
Interesting.
thinking about it because I was like, where the heck? It was then.
Where in the heck?
I don't even remember that one.
Yep,
Wow.
CJ Hayden.
And that's
Get-
rare for me.
Get clients now. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
CJ Hayden.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also Rick Butts. You did some stuff with him, and that's how we actually really got connected on some
Yes.
stuff too. Mhm.
Yep. Mhm. Rest his soul.
Yes. So yeah, Felicia and I have known each other for many, many years. She's an awesome person. And definitely I'm happy to have her come hang out with us. And if you get an opportunity to spend some time with her, take advantage of it. She's a wealth of knowledge. Okay. Okay, we have more people popping in here as well. And we do have a new person who has joined us today. So I've given you multiple people who have already given good examples of what it's like. I have Coach A.M. Williams. How are you, sir? And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. A pleasure to be here.
All right. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how can we help you?
Okay. Well, what I do is basically help experts transform their expertise into 10-day deliverables and high leveraged offers. I also have a podcast show. I'm in a radio show under Chris Kayer, BSRN Network, called
Awesome.
Yes Go, where we answer entrepreneurs' two biggest questions that they entertain every day. Should I do this? And when should I start? The answers are yes and go. So we've built that, had some great success with that. Chris invited me to the group. It's been wonderful meeting, just hearing everybody. It's a ton of value. I'm sending Facebook requests to you all. I'd love to connect with you. As far as what I need, it's literally twofold. I'm looking for guests for our upcoming season, and I'm also looking to help spread the word about what I do. My specialty is leverage. So I love helping people to create leverage in their business, specifically in how they can help clients get results faster and go further. I myself I built my own business from a bed-bound state, created a six-figure business, and am also now a candidate for my doctoral degree. And I'm a best-selling author as well. And I did one project with a group of leaders, and I also have one coming out that I'm working on with Chris called How to Make It to the Top When You Can't Take the Stairs. The significance of that is I have a condition called incomplete paraplegia. So I'm showing people how I utilize leverage to, become the expert in what I do and help people move forward.
Awesome. Very cool. So what can we help you with other than just being a guest on your show? Because tons of people would love to do that. And let's definitely get connected. Real quick, I did put my link to my calendar in the chat. I would love to have a chat with you. So if you would go on there and just book a spot with me, that would be awesome. But with that, what else can we help you with?
Literally, my purpose is the same thing as yours. Kind of, I'm just looking to meet cool new people and find out ways that I could add value to what they're doing, help them create leverage in their business, and really I just like hearing what everybody else is doing, and because it's kind of seeing what everybody else is doing in the world. So I don't know if that's necessarily a problem, but it is something that I like to do.
Awesome. Nope. It's a good place to be. And you are in the right place for it because we have some pretty cool people here. So thank you so much for joining us. I haven't got a friend request from you yet. So definitely do a friend request, and you have a link
in
to
the
my
process.
calendar.
You're on the list. I'm working my way through it.
Definitely. Does anybody have any questions? And what do you go by for your first name?
AM.
AM. Okay.
It's representative of Bringer of the Light.
Okay.
So, which, I'm helping people increase their self-awareness and all of that. And it's a lot of woo-woo there, but again, the inside secret is that my name is Andre Maurice.
Awesome.
Bringer of the Light just sounds so much more valuable to
me. Nice. Like it. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions, thoughts, ideas for AM? Going once.
I sent you a private message. So.
Okay.
Excellent.
Cool. All righty. So if you haven't had a chance to connect with him, please do reach out to them. One of the things that I do recommend, AM, is if anybody says, hey, let's chat, take them up on that, get on a Zoom chat, get on a one-on-one so you can really get to know them a bit, because we've got some amazing minds in this room. And I love sharing this. And you've already heard kind of a few testimonials of people who have already connected just over the last few weeks. I don't know if you knew this, we've actually only been doing this event for about 6 weeks now. And we've had some amazing connections, businesses being done. We love supporting each other. And we are happy that you're here with us.
A pleasure being here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. I think who was next? I do actually believe I think it was Jeff was the next one that was in. So Jeff, if you would like to pop in, say hi, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and what can we help you with?
Great. Thank you, Eli. What a great group of very cool people. They're amazing. Who am I? I'm Jeffrey Levine. I'm a former tax attorney and certified financial planner. And what I do is help people build their wealth in a very tax efficient way, more so than they're aware of because of my background. And I help businesses sell their business within 5 to 10 years of retirement. And in doing that, I help them again when they sell it. Many times it's their biggest tax bill they've ever had. And what I've done in the past and what I do now is reduce that tax bill substantially. So any kind of appreciated asset, real estate, business, buildings, apartment complexes, the tax could be huge. And that's what I help people do, is retain more of it. Nice. What I'm looking for is clients who want to build wealth on a very tax efficient way and really don't want to worry about the stock market, and do it in a very easy way. Number 2 is businesses that are doing well, that can see down the road that it might be time in 3, 5, 7, 9 years to at least sell it. But the key word here is they need to start now. Mm-hmm. I started before I sold my business, 10 years almost to the day. And then I had somebody tap my shoulder at the gym and say, the lady said, my partners want to buy you out. And if I hadn't started 10 years ago, that tap on the shoulder would be meaningless. Mm-hmm. So I'm very fortunate to be able to help people, and that's my main goal, is to put them in a better financial situation.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so Felicia is asking, his name is Jeffrey Levine. Jeffrey, your phone actually says iPhone G.
No, it's 518-221-8043.
That's your phone number. Okay.
And I'm not from New York anywhere. I'm from Arizona, where it's 106 today.
Ugh. I'm sitting here with my heat on.
Yeah.
Oh, come visit me.
And my plants and my plant starts for my garden are in our dining room because it's too cold outside for them.
I'm under my
That's what I
cover.
used to say.
Yeah.
All of you.
I'm not glistening in Arizona because I feel like it. That's just the good sun on that side of the window.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So Felicia had that question. Definitely, Felicia, if you wanted to shoot me a message, I can connect you with Jeffrey, if you'd like. Does anybody have any questions, thoughts, ideas for Jeff? Nope. Going once, going twice. Okay. So real quick, before we move on, I would love it if we could do a picture. So first thing, for those of you that have your cameras off, if you would turn them on, that would be awesome. Totally appreciate that. That includes you, Baldy. I mean, Adam. He's ignoring me.
He is now, if he wasn't before.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this over with.
All righty, cool. And I do see Eileen in there. If you do not have the ability to turn on your camera, I totally understand. That's okay. It's just always appreciated if we can, because then we can get a good smile from everybody. So with that, we're going to give, is everybody ready? Your print and all that kind of fun stuff. All right. Let's see. Let me get it ready here.
Alicia's got her jazz hands going.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Awesome. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to stop and reset that one. I think Christine was next. Christine, welcome back, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you. Good to see everybody. My name is Christine McKay. I am a global negotiation strategist and CEO of Venn Negotiations. We work with small and mid-sized companies and teach them how to ask for what they want and show them how to get it. And I'm a soon to be published author. I'm going to be releasing my book this next month.
Nice.
Called Sign Here, which will be a book about negotiation, obviously. And I am going to be also starting a podcast soon called Negotiate That in the Venn Zone. So my logo is, which I usually have up on my screen, but it is a three-way Venn diagram, and the Venn zone is the area of commonality and common ground. And I am a football fan, so it's a nice play on the end zone, or the red zone if you're an ESPN fan. So and so I'm really looking to, and I just started doing speaking in like the first week of COVID shutdown. And so I'm really looking for places to do speaking and get on virtual stages and all that good stuff. So that's really what I'm looking for help with. And Moira is going to start working with me, and I'm very excited about that.
Very cool. She's awesome. She's a rock star. Have you talked to Adam yet?
No, we have not connected yet.
Okay, you two need to talk, because he's the podcast guy, and podcasts are an amazing resource for getting on stages and getting your practice down. And then also Chris.
I have a call with Chris on Friday or
Awesome.
tomorrow. And
Awesome.
then Jeffrey and I are talking on Friday.
Good. Awesome.
And you
Very
have you talked with Felicia yet?
I have not talked with Felicia yet. And Patty and we've talked. And I am going to be, just so everybody knows, I'm going to be doing my Renegotiate That webinar again. I'm going to be doing that multiple times over the next 2.5 weeks. And so I'd love to have you guys join and because I'm looking for feedback.
Okay.
You have a link?
So do you have a link for us?
I I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you give us a link because then we will be happy to do that.
Yep.
Let's see. Felicia's putting some comments and questions in here. How to join the Facebook group. Okay. Am I in that group? I don't think I'm in that group, which is weird. I don't know why I wouldn't be in that group because I should be in your group. Okay. Well, I'm getting there now. Anyway. Okay. So anybody have any other thoughts, ideas, questions for Christine? I mean, my first thought is when obviously let's get that link. And second thing, when your book is ready to go, give us some advance notice and let us go so we can help promote it.
Yep.
Looks like Tracy she's got raising her hand.
Yes. Just curious, can you give us a little insight into your Negotiate That class? Like, will you be focusing in on every common day purchases that a lot of us make between like cars, homes, appliances, washer, dryers?
Yep. So the webinar is Renegotiate That, which is very much focused on the difference between negotiation and renegotiation. It's how to actually, it's the process for how you actually go through renegotiation, which is somewhat different than actual negotiation because somebody's asking for something because they're not happy with the current relationship. And so it's how do you do that in a way that actually yields results? And so we do talk a little bit about different situations where you're renegotiating. So if you got a commercial lease, if you've got, we talk a little bit about credit cards and all that. And actually one of the projects Moira is going to be helping me with is putting together an actual guide that is about renegotiating different critical expenses, especially right now. The podcast is going to be Negotiate That. I have already like 47 topics that I'm looking to add. So if you guys can think of anything that you've negotiated, shoot me it as a topic because I'm continuing to build out my topic list. And I will have one person on one side of the topic, interview that person, tell me what their viewpoints are and what matters to them in the negotiation, interview the other side of that negotiation and what's important to them. And then I come in at the end to say, okay, based on these two individuals and these two objectives, this is how I would negotiate it. This is how I would negotiate that. So.
Awesome. That is cool. I like the idea of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Thank you. I'm very excited about it, but right now I have 47 topics already, and I'm going to be producing a whole bunch of them all at once and start dripping them in, but with multiple drips in a week so that I have a big number. But yeah, once negotiated a fake tree in a dining room. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. I got to hear that story, Felicia. You and I are talking. We're going to just talk so I can hear that story.
Awesome. Cool. Any other questions for Christine?
When is the book going to come out? I didn't get the
I'm going to be doing my bestseller day is going to be on June 15, which is my 55th birthday.
Wow. How nice.
Yes.
Perfect.
So I'm timing it so that it is a big push on my birthday.
Beautiful.
Very cool. Well, definitely let us know. Give us a week or two in advance, and that way we can kind of help you promote it out and everything.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Not a problem. Awesome. All righty. Let's see. I do believe Adam was next.
I'd just like to know how the hell I got to be like the 8th person when I was here at 429. I thought it was supposed to be first.
Everybody's so excited. They just keep showing up earlier every
I
week.
came on at 7:25 because I'm in the Eastern time, so I beat you by 4 minutes.
Okay, so you have to tell me. You have to tell me what happens in the future. All right. So So I have 2 observations and actually a question. I don't know if anybody can easily answer. It's not a difficult one, but I just want to throw it out there in case somebody has some experience on it.
Before you ask for it, say who you are and what you do, because we have some people here that don't know you.
Oh, that's right. We have new people. All right. Okay. My name is Adam Homey. I live here in sumptuous Las Vegas, where we've been under excessive heat warnings for 2 weeks and no opening of community swimming pools in sight. So I'm about ready to die. We have not reopened our barber shops, which has been very vexing to me. So after 46 days without a haircut, I decided to answer a question I've had for about 30 years. What's under there? And I discovered that unfortunately, I don't have one of those Gorbachev birthmarks, so there's nothing distinguishing about it. But the other good news, there's nothing distinguishing about it. There are no craters, scars, or anything like that. It actually comes pretty smooth. So I have to decide whether to keep this or not. I'm going to give it about a month before I decide whether to stay with this or go to a different style or something like that. I really like how much cooler and lighter it makes me feel. I can tell you that. I do know that if I keep it, I have to have my headshots redone, and I've managed to ride 6 years on the existing one. I'd rather see if I get another 12. All right. Okay, so that's who I am. The first observation I have is that June 15th is one day after my feline owner, Princess Alessandra Francesca's human calendar birthday, which is June 14th. She will be 7 in human years. So I may be late to that celebration because she'll probably get me drunk on catnip wine. Just wanted to share that.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, here's my question. Let's go with that. We have, and I'll say the longer version is for the fresh faces joining us here. Is we have the official opening of the Podcast Creators Institute coming right up here. So I'm now in the place of getting the existing modules loaded into the members area so that it's saleable, which I'm excited beyond excitement about. And I mean, the platform would be a WordPress site using the Wishlist member plugin for content protection. And I've acquired a plugin that will allow me to automatically stage the dripping of the content because we're going to release it one chapter at a time on a weekly basis. So that I have figured out. Now, as far as the sales piece, and maybe somebody knows an answer different than one I've come up with, so I just wanted to run this by you guys. For the shopping cart platform, we're going to use what's known as the WooCommerce platform. Eli, I imagine you've heard of that. Yeah, and I'm going to be running all of the transactions through PayPal because we found that a number of our prospective buyers actually would prefer to do it that way. And we also have the ability, if they want to enter a credit card, they can do that, yada, yada, yada. You know that piece already. Right. So the reason I want to use the WooCommerce platform is it'll allow me to generate coupon codes. Doing a direct plug-in between Wishlist and PayPal is seamless. It takes like 9 seconds, but then nobody can enter a coupon code. And I want to have that ability. Mm-hmm. Finally, what I want to make sure of, and I think I saw this, but I'm not sure. By default, when you use Wishlist member and the WooCommerce platform, WooCommerce will only recognize one SKU, so you can only have one membership level on that site. However, I believe I found a plugin that expands that capability. I just want to see if anybody has ever run into the issue I just described, where WooCommerce would only recognize one SKU, which means one membership level. And if there's any other way to modify that so that I can have more than one membership level, because right now I need 2.
Okay. Are you open to using other plugins or other shopping cart instead of WooCommerce?
I haven't launched the thing yet. However, I don't want any more delays on it. So if you have another suggestion for me, now's the time.
Thrivecart is the one that I recommend and use.
Okay.
We love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I mean,
all right.
One of the best investments we ever made. Cindy, if you'll find that link and share it. And it actually will talk to Wishlist directly. It will also talk to a lot of email providers like Infusionsoft and ActiveCampaign and all that kind of stuff. So any of those, and they all play nice together that way. So it kind of plays the conduit. It does PayPal and Stripe.
Yeah.
And I think it will also do AuthNet if you want as well.
That was my other thing, because I may eventually add my AuthNet. For right now, I want to pump everything through PayPal, but I do have a merchant account connected to AuthNet. So that's good for bringing that up.
Yeah. And I believe it does. I haven't used that because we haven't had an AuthNet for years, but I'm pretty sure it does. And it has been a godsend. It has been one of the best investments we've ever made.
Right.
Every client that works with us, we recommend it to them. And most of them work with it and set it up because it's just so easy to work with.
I like
it is
easy.
a one-time investment and you own it for life currently. They do have an intent of switching to a monthly program. They keep threatening that, but they haven't done it yet.
All right.
So in the meantime, if you get it now, you got it forever. If Cindy shared the link in there, that link is our link. It is an affiliate link. We are an affiliate for them. So we appreciate it if you use it. We'll get a little small check out of that. Helps provide my coffee. One cup or two, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it is one of the best platforms and it's so easy to use.
I'm looking at it right. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Go ahead.
When you purchase it and you sign up, you go in, you create a product, and it literally has a fill in this blank, hit the next button, fill in this blank, hit the next button. It's super simple. And at a certain point, there's a spot for fulfillment, and you will connect up your wish list to it. It will tell you how to do it. You go into a specific screen in your wish list and you get a little API key and you put it in place. And then once you do that, it's so simple. And then once you do that, it will list your levels and you choose which level you want to add them to when they buy. You just pick which one and it just adds them. And so when your contacts go through and purchase, pretty much when they hit buy and it goes through, they are added automatically to that level of your wish list, and they get that email that they would have gotten if they'd gone to the wish list and set up their own username and password. They get the email that says, here's your username and password.
Okay, so basically it goes to automating the username and password rather than okay, great. So
yes, it uses their email address as their username and then it randomly generates a password.
Okay, great. So
it's seamless. It's awesome. We've been using it for months and it works perfectly.
Years.
Well, the wish list part. We've been using wish list for years and we've been using Thrivecart for years. I just connected them all up about a year ago. So
okay.
And I've got a customer I just helped with her Thrivecart installation, and she picked up a plugin called Upsells that would solve a lot of those problems as well. And it really is a simple tool. It works like a charm. It connects directly natively into Wishlist Member. And frankly, while I've done a lot with WooCommerce, the recurring ongoing cost of all the plugins you need to extend WooCommerce into a functioning platform, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Yeah, I'm starting to pick that up because I'm already at another $67 a year for the thing that drips the content, and I really don't want to go any further.
It's easy to drop $1,200 a year on WooCommerce.
Wishlist will completely drip content. You set up a different level for each segment, each module, and you go into
it's like sequential upgrade or something like that.
Sequential upgrade. You can tell it.
And if you
start from here, go here after this much time, go here after this much time, go here. That's how I just set that up for 2 different.
So we are out of time here.
Yeah.
Adam, if you have any questions on how to set this stuff up, especially if you buy Thrivecart and want to get it all connected, reach out to us. We'll be happy to jump on a Zoom with you and help you kind of get the parts and pieces going.
Okay, great. If I could have 30 more seconds, because I know some other people ran short. I just want to mention to everybody, and Cindy, if you could type this in the chat window as well. Another thing I spend a lot of money on is accessibility. I really don't know when I'm ever available for anybody because I have that piece like fully taken care of. So if you could put in the link schedulewithadam.com, that's an entire dedicated website simply devoted to helping people find their way onto my calendar. You don't even have to check with me first.
There you go.
Yay!
That should answer everybody's questions.
Yes. And as I've said on a few people here, especially for newer people on this call, I have known Adam for over a decade. He and I have been friends for a very, very long time. We happened to be at a conference. Matter of fact, it was a Armin Morin conference. And I happened to sit down next to him And lo and behold, all these years later, we're still friends. I didn't completely drive him bonkers in the first 2 days we were sitting next to each other, which is kind of surprising, but hey, but he's an awesome dude. If you want to learn anything related to podcasting, whether it be having your own podcast or being a guest on other people's podcasts, he is the man. He has, I don't even know how many years you've had a podcast. I just remember that when I was on it, I was one of the first ones. So yeah, it was
almost 7 years.
Oh, it's got to be more than that because it was when I still lived in Phoenix.
No. Almost 7 years. We launched the beginning of September 2013.
It just seems longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go with that. I was thinking closer to, 8 or 9, but
yeah,
I'll go with that.
Okay.
But definitely now you have a link to book a call with Adam. Do so, have a chat with him. He's a wealth of information. Okay, next up, let's see, who did we have next? I believe Eileen was actually next. So Eileen, thank you so much for joining us.
Are you meaning Elaine?
Elaine, yes.
Hi, people call me Eileen and I will answer to it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. It's been wonderful sitting here listening to all of this expertise in such a variety and yet connected business modules. I am a practicing psychic. Tracy invited me this evening, kind of through the back door. She innocently said she had to go because she had to be at a meeting. And I said, and what is that? And she told me, and I said, is it open to the public? And she said, of course. So that's how I found you.
Awesome.
Being a practicing psychic for over 60 years now, I teach tarot on 3 different levels. I'm considered a tarot master. I teach psychic development, meditations. I do some healing. What else do I do? I have worked with businesses. I'm part of that old guard group that businesses, well-known businesses, attorneys, and others used to ask us to, quote unquote, see what we could see about people, situations, circumstances, and how some of the hidden information might be able to help them make decisions in their businesses, business decisions. I'm not an astrologer, nor am I a numerologist. It's a fairly well-known fact that even major businesses, billion-dollar businesses will use tools, esoteric tools occasionally, usually because the people that control the business believe in it. And then maybe they'll use the information and maybe they won't. But that's what I can contribute. I certainly can benefit from, I would think, everybody that I've heard tonight speak so far. I came here to learn just that. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that there is an expert for, and we don't even know what the name of that for is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been wonderful to sit here and gain knowledge and write notes and say, oh yeah, I need to talk to them. Oh yeah, I've got to get in touch with that person. Oh yeah, where was she 5 years ago? It's been delightful. I hope someday that I can contribute to each and every one of you and your expertise and help you in some way. If not, that's okay. Thank you for your knowledge.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Is there anything specific that you have any questions for anybody? Or is there anybody specific that you wanted to connect with?
I will connect with some of these folks, and I don't mean to be clouded about that, but
okay.
I'm going to say I can't remember all their names all their last names because I didn't write fast enough.
Not a problem at all.
I will be better prepared for the next gathering. That's why I have the picture up there. I was not prepared tonight for public viewing.
No worries at all. Definitely. I mean, we still have a minute and a half or almost 2 minutes left. If there's anybody specific that even their first names that you wanted to say, I want to connect with you, then now would be a good time to go ahead and do that. And it looks like Tracy's about to pop out of her skin here. So she has something to say.
Oh, okay, go ahead. What?
I do. It's just 30 seconds. So I have a really quick story about how I met wonderful Miss Elaine Ireland. And you can, yeah, and you can read more about that in my book as well. I mentioned her that when my gifts started to basically overwhelm me, I like to say they burst open like a well. I literally thought I was going insane and crazy. And I got in contact with her, and my first phone call, first words out of my mouth were, I think I'm going crazy. This is what is going on. I'm seeing things. I'm hearing things. Am I insane? I think I'm crazy. And she said, oh no, honey, you're not crazy. You're just psychic as hell. Now I need you to come over to my house and we're going to teach you how to use these gifts. And she was my first mentor. And, she whipped me up into good shape, and here I am. So I just wanted to give that little credit to our new guest.
Awesome.
Thank
That's
you,
very cool.
Tracy. Hasn't she done wonderful? I don't know that all of you know her or what she's accomplished in the last really very short period of time. But Tracy, she used the word blossom. She's not only blossom, she's a running vine. She has just, all I did was hand her some keys and she just ran with it. She has not slowed down 1 minute, and off she's going. The nice thing about Tracy and Tracy's generation is that they have the tools to use now. That I'm 76, and when I was just beginning to do this with the public actually been doing it in public since I was 17, but really getting out there in my 20s and 30s, we didn't even have business cards because psychics had to hide. We were bad people and certainly misunderstood. And people would pass our names and our phone numbers around under tabletops, so to speak. So Tracy and her generation are so gifted with having this kind of tool to use to help the public and help the public understand what they're going through and continue the thread of helping other professionals like businesses in their what they need for their development. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. I'm so excited. She has pulled me kicking and screaming into this form of generation, and I cannot thank her enough. So the exchange of information and sharing is what I'm all about, and I prefer myself to be known as a sharing person than a teacher, because I believe that, at least for me, I help people remember what they've forgotten and how to use it.
Awesome. That is great. Thank you so much for joining us. So we appreciate it. Definitely love to have you come back again as well. And if there's anybody here that you want to connect to, you can reach out to me. I mean, obviously Tracy can connect the two of us. And I'm connected to pretty much everybody here. So I would be happy to do that introduction for you. So just kind of make a note of their names. If there's anything specific you want to ask about, then I will make that connection and you can reach out to them.
I want to talk to Adam about podcasting. I need to get back into that. I've had 2 different radio shows over my career.
Very cool.
But not done formal podcasting. And I want to talk to Felicia. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and shoot that over to me. And Tracy, if you'll help me coordinate that as well, then let's make those connections. I'm happy to do that and make sure that we can get you connected to everybody. And I would be happy to chat with you as well.
Thank you. If there's anything I can do for any of your visitors, I will. Tracy knows how to get a hold of me.
Very cool.
As well. Thank you.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you so much. Okay. Next, I believe we had Chris was the next one in. Chris, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us again.
Hey, appreciate the opportunity to hang out with all these very cool people, right?
There we go.
And thanks for bringing AM into the group. And I had another gentleman who was, I'm texting him because he's not on yet. And it's because he didn't actually hit the enter button on the register. So he never got the link. And so he's wondering why he's not seeing anything. And I'm like, well, we're almost done. So let's do this next week. He's in Australia, so it'll be fun. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning their time. So really cool. My background, competitive intelligence. I solve problems that most other people don't even know they have, or they really know they have, and they need somebody to go fix it. And that's put my fingers into a lot of pies. One of the things that is a going concern for me right now is our radio network, radio networks. We have 4 stations. HHG Radio is an active one right now, and it focuses on music and game shows and some talk and some other stuff. We have another one, Business Speakers Radio Network, that is going to be launching a whole new season of talk radio about business and experts in that field. Ann Williams is one of our hosts, and he, you're on your third season or second season?
I think he's muted out.
This is the second season, Chris.
Second season. Awesome. So we're redoing his website and getting that all prettied up with a new offer and all the good stuff that goes with that. I'm going to be relaunching the Professional Speakers Radio Show, among others. I've had that since 2006. Oh my God. That's a while. And it's been on various different platforms and local radio as well as online and now, of course, my own stations. Woohoo! So we got lots of stuff there. Today in particular, what's different today is I have been writing a bunch of books prospectively for clients. And one of them, the client decided that she got a nice shiny carrot offered to her by some other people. So she has abandoned that particular project. And now I have a mostly written book on an area of expertise I never really cared about. It's a gratitude journal. Okay. I'm big burly guy. Gratitude journal, not really my brand. And I have had a variety of other circumstances where over time I've written books for other authors, kind of prospectively. They've hired me to do stuff before, and they have told me eventually that they can't have me write books for them anymore because what I put in the book is more expertise than they have in their heads. And so when people ask questions about it, they're going to feel really awkward not knowing the answers. So would I please either dumb down the books or release them under my own brand? I'm like, Ridiculous. All right, well, okay. And so that they're giving me lots of support, and I've got awards and forwards and all sorts of other stuff coming. That's great. But it wasn't what I planned to do for me. I had my own list of things that I wanted to do. So I am now in another circumstance where I have a mostly written book for a client who is not going to go ahead with it, and I need to do something with it. So if you know anybody who wants a mostly written book, let me know. Nope. Yes, Jeffrey?
I'm interested. I do gratitude all the time, and I just love it. It's changed my life.
Awesome. Then yeah, we need to talk, and I can masculine it up a whole lot, and we're in good shape.
I was thinking of this the other day. I said, this is what my life's about, gratitude, especially now.
Yeah.
And I have nothing to give to anybody.
I'm great at building this stuff. It's not my brand.
I want to talk to you more about that.
Awesome.
I need some more building.
That I can do. That's great. Perfect. That's a good match.
Yes.
And then I can help you sell it. So that's an even better match.
Yes, even better.
I love it. I love
Very cool.
it.
Awesome. Now, Cindy had something. I could hear her actually talking in the background because her office is literally like right next to mine. So, Cindy, do you want to unmute yourself and now say something?
They got it taken care of. I actually was thinking of Angel's friend that just released her gratitude.
Tina. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Tina Torres.
Yeah, I was going to say, we actually, if you didn't have a taker right away, we know somebody who just released something literally in that industry. So having a journal to go along with it or whatever would be great, but you've got Jeffrey covered, and that sounds like a fantastic.
Well, the thing is, it's a quick process to do. So I can do different versions of different styles, different everything. It's not a challenge. So I'd welcome that invite as well.
Okay. I'm good so just send me a reminder and I will connect you with Tina.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
As well. But definitely, Jeffrey, you two talk, get connected because that'll be a good start.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want one.
Absolutely. Last little tidbit. I have lots of people that I have reached out to this week and especially today, and lots of you have booked. That's awesome. I've had some chats with people already, but I know there are people I've missed. I just don't know who you are, like which ones I've missed. Eli, you're on that list. But others, I just don't remember. I'm punch drunk. I am at that excitable stage where I have not had enough caffeine or sugar in many, many hours. One of our family pets has passed away this morning. So we are having all of those wonderful dark humor and interesting emotional spin that goes with it. So it's an interesting day.
I understand. Cool.
I feel your pain.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Be sure to give Quinn a squeeze for me over Mr. Cuddles. I'm
Absolutely.
very sorry that you lost him today.
He was an odd. It's our family. Of course, it's an odd duck. But yeah, he was an odd duck.
Those are the best kind.
Exactly.
We are proudly home to many through the generations.
Yes.
And currently.
Thanks, folks.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, if anybody else needs to connect with Chris, definitely Cindy put his contact information in the chat there. If for some reason you lose it, message me and I will connect the two of you. Definitely connect because Chris is an awesome dude. He's another one. I don't even know how long we've known each other, but it's been many, 8 or 9 years, something like that.
It's that very odd Mr. Burns introduction.
Yes, Mr. Burns. I forgot about him. Wow.
Mr. Burns.
Awesome. So Tracy, are you raising your hand or are you swatting a fly? You're muted.
Swatting fruit flies over here.
Okay. I thought that might have been it, but I just wanted to check and make sure. Okay. Awesome. We got a couple people left here and we do have one more who said that he was going to come in. I'm just waiting to see if he shows up. Robin, if you would like to pop in, say hi, introduce yourself, who you are, who you help, and what can we do to help you?
Hi, popping in. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't pop in for just a little bit, but I'm going to do it tonight. I am a virtual assistant with a focus on content marketing, mainly blogging, writing blog posts for people. And I love to help with my whole heart, the small business owner. And I've been doing that from Cheyenne, now Torrington for the past, let's see, it will be 11 years.
Where?
I'm in Torrington, Wyoming now.
Okay.
And while I'm on here, while I get the stage, is like, Adam, if you're still here, I want to see what you used to look like with hair. I don't know you in another way at all.
Just go to his calendar link that he just sent because he has this really old picture on it. And it's like, it is hilarious. It's like, that's not what you look like now, dude.
He didn't have tons. It's not like there were flowing locks.
No, there were no
getting
flowing
picture.
locks. But
I
I'm
almost lost
sorry,
my
Adam,
break
I
there.
can't help it. I saw that photo and I died. I was like, what? Sorry.
That is funny.
It made me happy tonight.
What you do for people sounds super interesting. Same thing with Jeffrey Levine and Felicia, you are still the highlight for me. I just thoroughly enjoy watching you talk. With your
wow.
I'm super bummed I missed you, Felicia.
Yeah, I think there's some Italian in there, Felicia, with the hands and the.
You think? I wouldn't be doing. I wouldn't have the job I have if you didn't like listening to me speak. So it's a good thing.
There is that.
What's your first name?
Robin.
Jeff.
You're still talking to me? Wow. Robin.
Robin. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you,
My
Robin.
business name is Rockin' Robin Virtual Assistants. So that's how I put it in Zoom. So that's how I show up. It has Rockin', but that's not my first name.
Yep. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. So yes, definitely, connect with Felicia, connect with Adam. Now you have in the chat, he put his link is now, well, Cindy put his link in there. So go book a call with him now. That way you get it on the calendar. Okay.
Okay.
I highly recommend that for anybody who hasn't done that yet. Go, you can have
There's-
his calendar, do it now.
There's been a couple, so you got to scroll up a smidge.
Yes. So yes, definitely connect with him. Does anybody else have any questions
I was
or
just gonna say really
anything?
quick to Adam, I chose the calling your number because I remember you saying you didn't want to do Zoom calls. So just so you know.
That's funny. Awesome. I think he's like muted out here, so that's okay. He's probably playing with the cat. Awesome. Does anybody have any other questions, ideas, anything else for Robin?
Well,
Going
I can
once.
tell you guys what I need.
Okay, what do you need?
I need help with, I'm trying, it's just a little mini blogging course. I don't claim to be techie. I don't want to say at all, but really not very much. I'm more of the Sparkle Bomb creative, more than I am the analytical techie, but I do not know how to get from this technical point to that technical point to make this little mini blogging course come to happen. So
which part are you stuck on? Which step are you stuck on?
Trying to get it connected, the MailerLite to, I don't know if anybody likes MailerLite or not, but anyway, I'm trying to get MailerLite connected to where if you you click on it. This is how techie I'm not, you guys.
Okay.
If you want to click on it, the button, so that you can sign up for the course, it's like, hello, that's where I'm at.
Okay, do you have a spot? Is your course free or is it paid? Okay, so do you have a spot where they can go and pay?
No.
Okay. That's the first step. See, that's why we have
So
to
I'm gonna-
backtrack until we find the
Yeah.
actual step.
Yeah, I have
Super.
absolute idea. So, and like for the platform to actually have people, go to and get the videos to implement it. I don't even know. It's like somebody said Teachable. I've heard of Simplero, but I don't want to
So-
invest a lot of money either.
Right. So I'm gonna say our first choice is always using WordPress and Wishlist.
Okay.
Okay. That is my personal favorite. The shopping cart that we mentioned earlier is the cart that we use for the actual taking payments, and it will work for everything that you need to take payments for, whether it be monthly or anything else. And it just connects to Stripe or PayPal, but it gives you a nice, pretty shopping cart kind of thing. It is a bit of an investment, but it is a one-time fee and you own it for life. Okay. It is well worth the investment. It is, like I said earlier when we were talking with Adam, it is one of the best investments I've ever made, honestly. That said, if you're looking for much cheaper and much easier, Teachable is an option. I know Cindy's not as big of a fan of it, but it is. And I know Christine's shaking her head no as well.
It is an option.
But if you're not techie, it makes it much easier for you.
It does. I put 2 links just now in the chat. They're right at the bottom. Go look at them. Those are your solutions.
I will. I'm multitasking, you guys. I hope you don't feel like I've been ignoring you. I'm trying to get my social media things done for my clients.
Yep.
So
no worries. No worries.
I'll check everything, I promise.
And then
one of
also,
the links is a link to connect with Eli to have this conversation in a couple minutes more detail. And the other one is the link to the cart that he just mentioned. Those are the 2 links that you need to gather and click on and follow the steps.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem at all. Awesome. If anybody else has any other thoughts, ideas, questions, anything like that, feel free to reach out to Robin and connect with her, have a conversation with her. Next up, Kat.
Her name fits because she really does rock.
Yes. Awesome. All right. So our next person up is Katerina, Brownie Queen, who really doesn't really actually need a whole lot of a introduction necessarily, but I'll let her go ahead and say it anyway. The simple answer is just talk to her, buy stuff. You will not be sorry.
He's having
Well,
a sale.
maybe your bank
Brownies-
account might be sorry, but that would be
Brownies
good.
on sale. Brownies on sale.
All right.
Cindy,
Kat, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Tired. I feel like it could be the coffee in my head though, because I realize I get dehydrated from coffee, but that doesn't stop me from having coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing good.
Cool.
Trying to crank out Mother's Day orders and stuff.
Awesome. So yeah, Cindy put a chat in here for since she's just kind of chatting in here. Cindy put a link in here. I'll just go ahead and say it. Kat has the most amazing brownies you will ever taste in your life. I personally do not partake in these, but if you need vegan brownies, she has them. My personal favorite is the red velvet. They are amazing. And I have personally seen her bring in a box of brownies and actually watch them get devoured by a bunch of human shaped piranhas in about 3 minutes flat.
I love that. Yeah.
Okay. I think Tracy can vouch for that one too. You've seen that before, haven't you? Yeah. So she has the most amazing brownies. Whether you want to eat them yourself, you want to send them to gifts, she sends them across the country. They are amazing. Yeah, just buy some from her. Just reach out to her, connect with her, give her your credit card. You won't be sorry. Beyond that, I'll let you actually.
They're on their way.
Oh, wait, I have one more input. You know that card company that, you know, they'll take your card and they'll put your picture and they'll put what you put inside and then they'll stick little gifts in the box and they'll send them, that card company, and they have those brownies that everybody's been touting about for like 15 years. Cats are
sent out.
Shh, we're not saying the word.
Oh,
they're great. They're a great company and they're great brownies, but
cats are better. Okay, now that we've already just spent an hour, 2.5 minutes of your time, is there anything you actually want to add to the fact that we talk about how awesome your brownies are?
I appreciate it, really. Because small business right now is getting big hits, and people everywhere I know, brick and mortar salons, it's just not good. And the fact that this is the time, for me to be a part of it, to be a business that's active, that is conducting business, and all of a sudden had to shift to a business model that should have been prior to this, because we're an online boutique, and the fact that it's picking up and getting the acknowledgement and the support, it just means a lot to me.
Awesome. Very cool. Does anybody have any questions for Kat? Cindy's raising her hand. I'm not sure if she's going to question or she's going to brag some more.
No, I'm just not bragging. I'm gushing about brownies. No, I'm not going to take up your time. I'll let everybody else go and then actually have an idea for you once all of this crap is over. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Somebody else.
If you need help getting your ordering system fixed, please let me know, because I want to keep ordering more.
What's funny is that the payments, the issue got fixed, and now the shipping is acting up for me. So
we're getting in the right direction at least. Yeah, reach out. I mean, talk to Chris, schedule a time with him, and that way you guys can connect, and he'd be happy to help you get that taken care of.
Yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it works automatically, then more of us we're impulse buyers that buy stuff at 3 a.m. and we're more likely to just buy more and more.
It's an impulse business, and I don't want to kill the impulse.
There you go. Yeah, so definitely talk to Chris.
Yeah.
Anybody else? I think Ishwan was raising your hand.
I was just gonna say get the membership, the auto payment.
Auto ship.
So
yep.
Auto ship brownies.
Make it happen. That way you don't have to worry about them forgetting to order, and then they think they'll do it later and they don't. It's okay. It's already coming.
It's
perfect.
Monthly membership club.
It works for dog biscuits. I'm telling you, brownies that show up on my door.
Yeah,
month,
and this is
dog
true.
biscuits
I mean,
show up. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So recurring income. Come on.
So you, Kat, you met Debbie, who does the dog biscuits. So Snake River Barkery. She's only been here a couple of times, but she has been on when you've been on. But like with her, we actually have the dog biscuits on auto ship. So she makes them and ships them to us every month automatically. We don't even talk to her. She just charges our card, ships them over, I mean, we have 2 bags downstairs right now. The dogs are very
dogs pat
upset.
us
They're
down
very
when we
upset
walk in
that we
with their
haven't given them
box.
more to keep up for the quota. Auto ship is definitely a thing, especially if you decide to do, you could even figure out a way to do it. It's like brownie flights and do a variety pack.
Well, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Is instead
So,
of just, forcing or imposing, auto ship.
Yeah.
I want to give it something that you want shipped to your door.
But it's an option. You're not forcing us to auto ship brownies, sweetheart. We're signing up for them.
yeah. But that's something you could look at is doing like flights where you can have a variety pack and check them out, maybe a surprise of the month kind of thing or whatever.
I think they do that for fruit and stuff. Well, they'll send you a different variety of apple or a different variety of orange or a different flavor of brownie every month for a year. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it could be dangerous.
Gifts, Christmas gifts. Can you imagine signing your family member up for a different set of brownies every Valentine's Day? A different maybe a small box of brownies of different flavor every month. I'm telling you.
I see that, Christine. I see that.
Gift gold,
okay.
Man.
Awesome. So now you have some more ideas.
Yes,
Run with them.
always love ideas.
Take them and run with them. Talk to Chris so he can help you get the cart stuff figured out and finished up. Awesome. Cool. And if you haven't connected with Kat, definitely do. She's got some awesome stuff. She posts some pretty cool stuff on Instagram, so definitely connect with her there, or Facebook as well. I'm a Facebook person, but I do know she posts some pretty fun stuff on there. Okay. And late comer, but awesome dude. Ishvan, thanks for coming and joining us, my friend.
How's it going?
It's going awesome. And yes, I did get the timer going.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And next you're gonna get a gong. No.
I could have a gong.
No.
I'm pretty sure Cindy would not allow me to have a gong.
For a variety of reasons.
Man, I've been having fun. I've been having fun with my studio and working on material for courses that I'm working on, and started doing interviews, and I love it. I really, really love it. And
awesome.
it's
Real
nice
quick, because we have some fresh faces on here. Tell everybody who you are and what you do real quick, and then let's continue.
So my name is Ishvan Jaco. I'm an entrepreneur. I own a home inspection business, which is the largest inspection company in the state of New Mexico. I also do like business strategist, so coaching and consulting, helping other businesses grow as I grew my company, which once I learned how to do it, in 3 years, I grew it like somewhere over 620%. It was a huge growth annually. It was just jump, jump, jump. It was crazy. So I'm really excited about it. I'm turning over my new leaf to start helping other people learn how to do it. I love working with small businesses, looking for small businesses, usually, anywhere like under 20 people. So that's a lot of businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and mostly service industry, typically helping them build systems and what I call stackables, so they can build their business and put systems in place that allow them to scale. Because I know what it was like before I had systems. It was chaos. So that business is pretty much automated. I work about 4 hours in that business. That's how I've gotten it actually growing and structured, so it's taking care of itself. And now, building content and having fun, going online, doing Facebook Live, doing interviews, and most of the time it's with business owners. So we want to talk about business, what businesses are doing to expose businesses, get them some exposure, and then also share what they've used or how they've really benefited their business, like something that they do, a business tip. And it's a lot of fun. So, my ideal client would be somebody that has grown but gotten stuck, stagnant, or they keep finding themselves like on plateaus, or maybe there's a point that they want to break, like they just can't break 250,000 or 500,000, but they want to. I can help them make that happen and continue to sustain growth.
Very cool. So how can we help you?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Right now, I'm so excited with everything. I'm just having fun. I'm kind of lost in it,
Awesome.
Building content. So, Anybody wants to throw out any tips or anything that they used while they were building, like if anybody's built an online training, anything like that, wants to just throw out a little gold nugget, I'll take it.
Number one tip, keep it short, sweet, to the point, smaller bits of content. And you've been through our training. So you saw, we try to keep it 15 minutes or less. I try to keep things in like 5-minute nuggets if I can. Doesn't always happen, but I keep that in mind. Kind of like my online content when I do videos that I post online. My goal is 1 minute, knowing that they're going to go probably about 5. But keep them short, sweet nuggets. We live in a very, very ADD society. The smaller the nugget, the better. You'll get them to consume more in small chunks than you will on one big chunk. Okay, so that's my nugget for you. Chris had his hand raised. If you'd like to pop in.
So I have a whole bunch of guides and checklists and whatnot to help you take one piece of content and turn it into tons of content. So not only that, it helps you plan out and schedule all of your content so you know what you want to do when and how that connects to your business model so that you're tying it at the right times for your business. So yeah, we're connected, and I'll follow up on Facebook with that.
Cool.
Awesome. Very cool.
Very nice.
Any Patty?
Yeah, I would just say, if it gets technical, don't get too technical. If it's technical, keep it short, only because people will tune it out pretty quickly. If it gets too technical and too deep, then people are like, yeah, you retain a couple people, but I think the masses are just, I found that with some of my things, I have to keep it shorter and keep it not too technical, because people get overwhelmed with it. And I think they get, maybe they think they're not ready for it, or it's above their head, or
We run into that a lot.
yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Chris. It's good.
Awesome.
Input.
Cindy has
Thank
one
you,
last
Eli.
thing.
Along on top of that, I agree. Keep it short. Be aware of industry geek speak. Every industry has it. The term came from the IT world when they were all talking about hard drives and RAM and motherboards and all this other stuff, and we all went, huh? Every single industry has it. I'm editing our daughter's book. She's a groomer. She's a dog groomer. And you're like, no, there are words that she's using that I know what they mean because I've listened to her talk about them for 9 years, or 6 years, or however long she's been doing it forever. But I'm reading them in her book going, that word, the general public isn't necessarily going to know it. I mean, it's a simple word. It's bather. But what does that mean in her world? Well, I know what it means. It means the people who bathe the dog, and that's all they do. They don't groom them, they bathe them. But, or buffing. Well, it was that, or pulling your hair. It's a thing. Anyway, so I'm adding things to it to, little lines to explain that. So when you're doing a video, we had to be careful using the word blog 10 years ago because nobody knew what the heck it meant. We talk about what's your domain name, and people go, huh?
Yeah.
It's
Or
the
URL.
address or URL. What's your URL? Huh? It's so just be aware in your industry, you have words that you use like the word that other people don't know what they mean. So be very careful with those words and if you use them, make sure you use a couple of qualifying words behind them so that they know what you're talking about. So you're educating them.
And that's a big one right there. And Christine, I'll give you just a second. That actually, she just said something very, very big. If you have a word that you want to use that is an industry specific kind of thing, qualify it with definition quickly and move on, because the idea is you tell them what it is, educate them to what it is, so those that don't understand it, but then that way they don't feel stupid. Because the worst thing you ever want, and I see this in so many industries and so many, especially speakers, will talk about a bunch of stuff and people are like, huh? And the next thing you know, if you ever make somebody feel stupid, they will not buy. And
Intimidation. It's intimidating.
It's intimidating. Exactly.
And they turn off.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Now, Christine, next.
But
and
it depends on who you are trying to sell to. So I had somebody, like, I had 2 people, I was on a thing and 2 people were like, we this breakout thing, and they're like, I said something about value add, and they're like, I don't know what that means. That's like way above me. And I'm like, yep, you're not my customer.
Yeah, that's
I mean, there's literally a point when you have to say in terms of defining who your avatar is. And
right. And I will agree with that.
You're not my customer. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to dumb it. I've taken it from where I am to whatever, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. You're right. So you got to make that decision. That's a strategic choice.
Right.
It's a balance.
It is a balance. And I'll agree with that completely. There are times where I'll have somebody where I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I mean, I hate to say it, but you're just too stupid. I can't deal with you. I mean, and I actually have said that before, but that's usually because they're, I don't know what the right word is. If it's ignorant is the right word, but basically they're refusing to learn. And they're using their lack of knowledge as an excuse.
Yeah.
Those are the clients I don't want to deal with. But at the same time, just try to make sure that people don't feel stupid, because when you do that, you definitely will lose them. All right. We are out of time. So Chris, if you want to say something very quickly, and then we'll move on.
And add on to that whole idea, Christine, you're absolutely right. That's an area that I've dealt with my whole life. Joel Comm has the same philosophy. We get told, oh, only talk 3 bullet points, 3 nuggets. That's the only thing you're allowed to do in a speech. It's supposed to last 4 hours, but you only say 3 things of any meaning. I'm like, screw you and the horse you rode in on. I got paid to fire hose everybody in this audience with as much knowledge as I have in my head that they can digest. And if they can't digest it, play it back later. I don't care. I got paid to vomit out all this knowledge. And you're going to catch up or not, but if you're my client, you're going to understand that there's a value there that we can circle back to. And so the problem I get is not that people, I think, are terribly intimidated by the volume of knowledge or whatever I'm putting out there. The problem I get are the people who keep asking the same question, or they ask a question, they get an answer, and then they do the exact opposite and come back and ask for the next logical answer to deal with the problem, which then they ignore that option as well. And they keep doing that over and over again. There's a technical term for that. It's called an ask hole.
Yes.
And that is a client that I don't need anymore.
Yes.
So just passing that on.
Awesome. Okay. We are definitely out of time. Was that helpful, Mishran?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Thank you. It was very helpful.
Awesome. If nothing else, we're entertaining. Okay, Mariah is back. Hello, my dear. It's good to see you come back in here.
Indoors. My phone is charged. I have internet.
There you go.
And McDonald's, because, hey, that's what I wanted. My name is Mariah Reed. I am the founder and chief virtual assistant right now for Teal Blue Virtual Assisting. And so I help people just like you guys, speakers, coaches, trainers, authors. Sometimes we do all the same thing all at once with what they need in the back end. And I'm creating a agency so that I know I have limits with how my brain works, but there's people out there who are way better at doing, what you can't do and what I can't do. And so I want to create the best team for our clients as possible. So I don't think I've shared that aspect of my business before. I think, yeah, that's what I don't really need anything this week. I'm just here to offer help if I can. And
hang out with cool people.
You guys are so cool.
The new hashtag from Jerry.
The Lord.
Very cool people.
Very cool people.
Very cool people.
And I invited my friend. So I'm doing the Train the Trainer program on the side. I have my own coaching and stuff that I'm developing, and I'm I just realized this week doing I did a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which was very helpful because it helped me to be like, okay, pregnancy is a threat because there's going to be a time where I'm not going to be able to do everything myself. So I'm hiring an OBM and working on my strategy from now until February to be able to continue not only to take care of the people that I have, to take care of, but also expand and grow, which I'm really excited about. So
awesome.
Having a really good week this week. Yep. I was like, I don't know. I'm pregnant. I don't know. They literally steal your brain. I didn't know that. Did you? If you either haven't been pregnant or you know, as a woman, or you didn't know this, babies steal your brain cells. I didn't know that.
That's where they get theirs.
Changes your brain. I thought it was a crap excuse. It's
That's
not.
where they
It
get
literally
theirs.
changes your
Borrow
brain.
yours for a while.
It's real.
It literally changes my brain. I did it. It's amazing. 4 years, is that what you said?
4 years for a woman's body to recover from a single
They
pregnancy.
borrow your brain cells and then you
and
slowly
your
earn them back.
nutrients and everything else. 4 years.
So you can help me to learn what to delegate.
That's
'cause
why I
just
had
gotta-
3 in 3 years. I just got
Yeah.
it over with.
And
Yeah, I had
that's
three.
right.
I'm still recuperating from the last one. You know, I still haven't got my brain.
Yeah, but that was like what?
Okay, so Moira is
Mariah,
the
yeah.
CEO and founder of Teal Blue Virtual Assistants. She's not just the virtual assistant. She is
Nope.
the CEO and the founder of her
Mhm.
own company.
I did,
just feel very strongly about making sure that I say that for
Thanks,
you.
Christine. She's my new favorite client. Anyways,
There you go.
we had a great chat. I had to schedule a chat to catch up with her, but we're gonna be a great dynamite powerhouse together. I still have 2 minutes. Let me think. Oh, so I had a lot of calls this week, and I'm going through the Train the Trainer program with Jack Canfield. So success principles. If you guys are, Christine likes that. If you guys are familiar with that.
Yep.
And so I'm creating, besides writing 3 books, a couple devotionals, running a company, growing a human, trying to be a wife and keep the dishes clean. I'm creating my content strategy for the next, years, because there's enough content on delegating. So if you guys have questions on, or can tell me your personal weaknesses and what you struggle with delegating, knowing how to delegate, are you overwhelmed with systems? I would love to help you with that, but also be able to use that feedback. Thanks, Cindy, for creating my own content to help other business owners and speakers and such like that. So that's kind of my side brain, besides like what's right in front of me for content
cool.
to help people, because I want to be a help.
Very cool. Anybody have any questions or any top questions about delegating that Mariah could either answer and or write down to answer in her content to put out there?
How to get over but how do I tell them to do it right?
You need to create a standard operating procedure for your business on what exactly that looks like. It's kind of what we were talking about with Ishvan. Ishvan? Did I say that right? Ishvan. With that was you need to be clear on what it is that what you want.
But
And
what
hire
if
the right people.
But what if some of it literally
hire the right people?
But what if some of it literally shifts depending on the moment, and that meaning there are certain things that have to be strategized out of your brain in the moment, in the spot while it's being done. So giving that to somebody else, they aren't my brain.
So
not everything is standard.
Right. Those are the things that I would say that only you can do, Cindy, and that's where your zone of genius is. And
That's
you
what I
can
keep telling
delegate
Eli.
literally everything else so that you can keep with that. That's what I would say. That's your thing that makes you special. If you can't delegate something, then that's your stuff.
There's all kinds of things that make Cindy special, but we don't have time for
You're
that.
one of them. You're one of the
Behave
best guys,
yourself.
Eli. You guys can take this later.
Awesome. Cool
Anyways,
stuff.
that's what I would
so if you haven't had a chance to talk to Mariah yet, definitely do so. She's awesome. I have the honor of having her here in Portland with us, so she and I get to meet for coffee every once in a while when
good coffee, because we're in
for
Portland.
good coffee when we're not in quarantine and not allowed to go out in public. But
I should mail you. So I should order like a quarter pound of my favorite from Seattle. Just send it to you and see what you think.
but that means
Coffee
I have to
snob it
actually
up.
make it. I have to make it. I don't really make my own coffee very often, but I would appreciate it.
Wow.
No, I just miss just hanging out with you.
You just miss
we
delegating that?
always have good conversations. Yes.
Is that a
I miss-
skill that you like to delegate?
I'm perfectly happy delegating my coffee making. Definitely. Cool. Okay. So if anybody
Thanks, Mike.
hasn't connected with Mariah, definitely do so. If you need an introduction between her and I, just reach out to me and I'm happy to do so. She's been a rock star. She's been here supporting us since pretty much the beginning, and I appreciate that. She always comes back and hangs out with us. We love it. I think we got everybody, right? Wow, the timer worked.
Woohoo!
Awesome. So did you guys like the timer? Does that help from keeping things a little bit more on track? You know, we've keep going over, and I love being able to just share and help people. But then next thing we know, like last week, I think we were almost an hour over. This time we have as many, maybe even more people, and we are not at our full 2 hours yet. So that's good. We stayed on track. I appreciate you guys keeping and coming back every week. I love it. This means the world to me. This is one of my favorite things to do. Some of you know from, like Chris actually knows this from when we were in Phoenix, when we actually lived there, we had the biggest networking event on the west side of town. And that was, you know, Cindy and I and a couple of friends ran that. And our very first event had 80 people show up, just to kind of give you an idea of how that went. We haven't done something like that for many, many years. And so being able to do this in a virtual standpoint has been awesome. I love having you guys come back every single week. I love hearing the progression people are having. And more so, I love seeing how we can connect each other up and help fix that problem. You guys have heard me say this before. We are entrepreneurs. We solve problems. That's what we do. That's what entrepreneurs do. And the fact that we can get together and be here to support each other and solve those problems means the world, because that's how we're going to fix any problem in the world. We can't fix the virus thing going on out there because we are not the scientists. There are scientists that do that. If you are a scientist, cool, get on it, have fun. I am not that person. But what I can do is I can bring people together, and I can be here to support people, give you ideas. I'm a strategy guy, I'm an automation guy, and I'm a connector. And if I can do anything to connect you with the right person that'll help take you to the next level, that's what I want to do. That's my job. That's what I do. And that's how I help solve problems. And I want to be here to do that for you. So that's why I love doing these. Couple of quick things as we start to wrap up here. One thing is we are not going to be here for next week. I know it sucks. I'm sorry. I got some stuff going on. So we won't be next week. The goal would be we will be back the week after. And so I will let you know, keep an eye on my Facebook page, not my profile, but my page. If you are not on there, definitely check it out. Facebook.com/Eli Speaks. That's how you can see when the events are and all that kind of stuff. If for some reason I don't send you an invite, or you lost it somewhere, or you didn't follow the page, like I said, message me. Shoot me a message, because I have a lot of people. I mean, I literally sent out probably 30 connections or 30 links before I jumped on this call. So people are going to get missed. It happens. Okay. Cindy's also posting. Did you post it here? Or is it just in the message? Okay.
Put your face, your page is in the thing. But.
Okay. So connect with my page. Also, we do have a meetup group. If you want to actually connect with us on the meetup group, that's a good way too. Meetup.com/meetcoolpeople. Cindy just put the link in there as well. I would like to, real quick, as we go around one last time, something we haven't done before, but since we have literally 4 minutes, so you got to make it quick. But I would love to hear, what was your number one takeaway from tonight's event? 30 seconds or less. I'm going to just go around my tiles here. We're going to go ahead and start with Patty. Patty, what was your big takeaway from tonight?
I booked with 3 people. Woo!
Awesome. I love it.
We're connecting this week, next week.
Sweet. That makes me happy. Very cool. Thank you. Right.
Am I muted? No.
Nope, you're good. We can hear you.
Good. Well, I do have some calendars that I have to book on, so
okay,
I will do that. So
very cool.
There you go.
Awesome. Thanks for coming, my friend. Awesome. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give Cindy a chance to talk and actually say something other than the piping in comments along the way. Did you have a big takeaway from tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
Everybody's fun. It is. It's just fun to come on and see everybody and talk to everybody and see everybody's excitement about the things that they're doing, and even seeing other people's, I guess, struggles. Even it shows us we're not alone, and we know we're not in the head. We know we're not, but being able to just communicate with others. Me and Eli have worked from home for 12 years. So honestly, the stay home order isn't affecting us a whole lot, but we can't go out and go to those meetings that still gave us that bit of, that human interaction that told us you weren't the only one feeling the feels. Everybody else is feeling the happy ones and the annoying ones and the pissed off ones and all of that. So this gives us that opportunity, and we can see everyone's faces and we can see the expressions when they're talking about their thing, and it's cool.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, Katerina. Do you have any takeaways from today? You got to unmute yourself.
Same as Cindy, where you just look forward to coming to interact with people, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who you're going to meet every single time. And it's just fun. It's good energy.
Awesome.
A lot of fun people.
Love it. Thank you. All right, Robin. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Boy, it always surprises me when you ask me to unmute myself. My biggest takeaway was the Thrivecart suggestion,
Cool.
not just for me, but also for my client, which I mentioned in the chat, because we were just talking today about she's going to need to do something like WooCommerce, but I'm not techie, you guys, remember? So it's kind of like I have no idea what to suggest to her. So
Then
I'm
Thrivecart's a much better choice then.
If you watch the chat, you'll see Adam, just since the beginning of this call, already has his thing set up.
I
It's
did.
done.
I thought it was like, and that's what was like jumping out to me. It's like step by step, they tell you how to do it. It's awesome.
Yeah, you just fill in you fill in the blanks, hit next. Fill in the blanks, hit next. The last button is save and get link. Done.
Yep, that's what I need.
Very cool. Okay, let's move on. All right, Chris. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hello. What was your big takeaway?
That even accidents have some potentially positive outcomes. So I'm writing a book. Hey, it doesn't happen to match that particular customer. That's great. I'll get on a call, and not just one, but two or more. That'd be great.
There you go.
I'll take happy accidents.
That's what we're
and
here
I'll
for.
take great conversations. So thanks for the conversations, folks. Look forward to talking to the rest of you as well.
That's what we love. Cool. Jocelyn. Unmute yourself.
I know. As always, I'm amazed at really, I'm not amazed. I shouldn't say that because it's you, and just being part of the Cool Kids Club, and really, truly, just the caliber of people that you bring in each week. And I'm just excited. It's not so much a takeaway, but just excited about the opportunities and all of us being able to help each other to in turn then, help so many people. And that's what excites me about every time I come here, the connections that are made and the opportunities that are here. So that's pretty much what I have to say.
Awesome. Love hearing it. Thank you. Ishvan.
Nobody wants to work with an asshole.
There you go. It's always a good one to have one nugget like that that'll just stick with you forever.
Yeah, I have learned the other one too, just to share with everybody. I mean, I'm sure everybody's been there, but if somebody ain't gonna do step number one, they won't do step number two, and you might as well just move on.
Yep.
Just
agreed. Love it. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Glad to have you back. Tracy.
I think my biggest takeaways was, I can get some PPP funding. Okay.
There you go.
I like a big happy surprise. I'll go ahead and receive that and allow that. And my second takeaway, darn it, I done forgot it. What I was going to say. What was I going to say? awesome conversations already between two lovely, lovely women that we'll be working soon together with, Miss Jocelyn and Miss Moriah, and looking forward to my conversation shortly with Patty and with Chris. I don't know. I just feel blessed and like, many people don't have this, y'all. I mean, they got boring, like stale stuff, like, the sell, the ask holes.
Mm-hmm.
And we get cool people. So I keep coming back.
Thank you. I love hearing
That's what
that.
I said. This is my new favorite night. It's a place to be on Wednesday. Well, for me, it's nighttime. Some of you with it, over there, it's still daytime. But for me, it's a place to be on Wednesday night.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tracy, for coming back again. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you, my friend. All right. AM.
This being my first night, one of my realizations is great things happen when you meet cool people.
There you go.
And thank you for all of you who accepted my friend request. I look forward to finding more about you and the wonderful work that you do.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And definitely come back. We'd love to have you. Cool. Mariah.
Hello. Okay, I have an answer because personality profile, Cindy. You got to make sure that you're working with the right people who can understand what you're saying, even when you don't say it or you don't know that you're saying it. So that's my new answer. And I'm going to be doing that in my agency. So I'm pretty excited about that. What did I take away? I'm going to look into that funding, and I'm going to be getting a appointment with Patty. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you. I've immensely benefited and sharpened my saw from these relationships that I'm building, and just hearing your guys' voices and pregnancy emotions. I feel like I got my spark back, and I feel like being in the same room as the same type of people really just does something to you. You know what I mean? You gotta surround yourself with people, and I've really benefited personally and professionally from this. So thank you, Eli, for this opportunity. It's a real service.
Thank you. I love it. I love that you keep coming back, and it is my pleasure to have you here. We
I invited a friend too. She just had something come up today. She's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like,
awesome.
That's okay. Just RSVP next week.
Yep. Well, not next week, 2 weeks.
Shoot, I'll tell her. Okay.
Yeah. And it'll be on the page. Cindy's saying something real quick.
That reminds me, when we invite you guys, a lot of you guys have your own groups and your own whatever. Share the event with your groups.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by cool people. Invite them.
Yeah, and definitely invite them. We do want to keep it going.
No,
yeah,
Cindy,
and the
you're
easiest
the cool people we're surrounded with.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to do that is to just share the event, because then they get the data and they can RSVP and get the link and stuff, and then you're not doing all that. So just share the event wherever you would like to share it.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you, Mariah. Appreciate it. And Adam, how are you, my friend?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway from tonight is this Thrive card thing. I'm really glad I came. In my 5 allotted minutes, there were actually a few other things I was trying to figure out I didn't get a chance to inquire about, and this turns out it answers it. It has all these little things that I think people would still recommend one shopping cart if they didn't make a conscious effort to just stop upgrading the platform and come on to this stuff. I've only had like 15 minutes to go through it, but it almost reads like a wish list of everything that I wished technology would do over the years.
Yeah. Oh, and their support is awesome. Message them.
Good.
Dale.
Dale Miles is a good guy.
All right.
Awesome. Love it. So I love hearing this stuff. Thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate that. This is the highlight of my week. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy hanging out with each and every one of you. And again, there's a twofold piece with this, is from both standpoints. One is, like I said, we're entrepreneurs. It's our job to solve problems. So how can we help each other and solve each other's problems? But the second thing is like what Mariah touched on, having the support, having a group of people that are like-minded. Entrepreneurs are all a little kooky. We are our own group. And sometimes we don't have that support otherwise. That's why we do what we do. And that's why I love having this kind of group, because we are here to support each other, to know if at any point you need something, you've got somebody that's here for you. We've got your back at any point. And so with that, we are a bit over. We are so much better than usual. But thank you so much for hanging out with it. Yeah, Cindy put my other hashtag that I've been putting out there. My second hashtag, first one has always been Meet Cool People. My second one, which has happened literally in the last, 6-8 weeks now, however long this silly stuff has gone on, is No Time for Fear. You got to keep moving. You got to push through it, because if you don't, it will absorb you. There's too much noise out there in the negative, in the people that we meet, the stuff that's going on in social media, the media, all the other stuff that's out there. And it's things like this where we can focus on the positive, and we can focus on solving problems and supporting each other. That's where you get away from it, because you move so fast, the fear doesn't even have a chance to set in. And then that's what this is about. So with that, I thank each and every one of you. I appreciate it. As I always say, please, 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 if there's anything I can do for you, reach out and let me know. Every one of you knows how to get a hold of me. If you don't, it's not that hard. Search my name, book a call with me. Let's just chat. That's what I'm here for. Take care. Have an amazing, amazing rest of the week. Again, we won't be meeting next week, so I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Have a rock star week. We'll talk to you later.
Look forward to chatting with you, Mariah, tomorrow.
Yay! Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Night, everybody. See ya.
Bye.